In this module, we'll get started with the backend of our application. We'll build our Node.js Express REST API and write all the code we need to write to handle incoming requests for different routes and much more. Specifically in this module, we will set up this Node and Express app. We learned how that works in general in the refresher module. Now we'll do it in a real project. We'll add the routes which we need for our project to handle different requests with different HTTP methods targeting different paths. We'll add controllers and some dummy logic for now. Later, we'll also add database and so on, but in this module, we'll just get started with some dummy logic, with some in-memory storage and so on. And we'll add controllers because we will kind of use the MVC, the model view controller pattern, without the view because it's a REST API, but we will work with models and controllers. And we'll also make sure that any data we receive from whichever client that is connected is also valid data. So we'll add some server-side input validation to make sure that the data which is attached to the incoming requests meets our requirements. For example, that the title of a new place is not an empty text string or something like this. This is what we'll do in this module. And we will therefore now implement these API endpoints which we planned earlier. Now, to be precise, we'll not add everything we need to add for the user routes. For sign up and login, we'll not implement this at the moment. We'll add authentication in a separate module later in the course. But we will set up the general routes for that and write some dummy code in there. And for places, we'll also not yet add a database. That will happen at a later point of time. But we will set up all the routes and store some places in memory for the moment. This is what we'll do now, and with that, I'd say let's get started.